Alright, it's time to add some more depth to our page. In this course, we're going to cover how your elements are layered and how you can influence this hierarchy through the Layers panel. We'll also cover how you can group your elements together and changing their settings, like renaming them, hiding them from view, or locking them so you can't accidentally drag your elements around anymore. Let's get to it. I'm not going to bother you with something you already know, so I've gone ahead and placed 3 more titles and a bit of body text on a new part of my page. Nothing too fancy. Now, I'm going to add an image on the left-hand side, and notice how it slightly overlaps with the word samba. This is because it's placed higher in my page hierarchy, and that's where the Layers panel comes in. Over the last couple of courses, we've added quite a few elements already, and as I head to the Layers panel, we'll see a list of all of these items, or layers. Each layer corresponds with an element on my canvas, so if I click a layer on my canvas, you can see that it also gets selected in the Layers panel on the right. The layer at the top of this panel is the most important one, or the layer that lies on top of all the others. I can drag my layers around to change this hierarchy. So, because the image I just placed lies above the Samba title, it's displayed in front. But if I drag it beneath the title, you can see that Samba now covers the image. Now it's covered, now it's not. Like magic. Let's keep going. I'll drag in some maracas and place one of them behind the title and one of them in front. Let's give the one on the right a horizontal flip and rotate it a little bit too. Looks fun, doesn't it?
Sure does. What do those big titles mean though?
I'm about to start explaining that, because I placed these titles here for a reason. For those of you who are interested, these titles represent different styles of Brazilian music, and we're going to add explainer text to these titles to make sure that all of our viewers can learn more about them. So, I'll add a black rectangle which will function as our background. Place a small rectangle on the side, rotate it 45 degrees, which acts as if it's pointing towards the 4.0 title. I'll put a small explanatory text on top of it to finish. Now, I'm going to reuse these elements for the other 2 titles. So, I could hold Shift and select copy and paste all of these elements, but these elements should always stick together. So, it makes more sense to group these elements together. I can do that by selecting all of the elements and hitting Command G. This will also help us in later courses when we're going to add animations and interactions to these elements. Where we previously saw a green outline around our elements, we can now see an orange layout. Also, in our Layers panel, we can now see a small folder icon which indicates our group. I can expand the group to reveal the elements inside of it. And I can also double-click the name of my group to rename it. So let's name this group 4.0 Explainer. Additionally, I can lock my groups and elements by clicking the lock icon. This prevents us from being able to select them via the canvas, so we can't have any accidental movements. And there's also an eye icon, which lets me hide it on the canvas. And this is specifically useful when we're exploring interactions in a later course. Let's finish up by duplicating the group and adding the text for the other titles. I'll also rename the groups to make sure I'll be able to find them more quickly in the future. Okay, so we learned that all of the elements on our canvas are represented by a layer in the Layers panel. We also saw how we could drag layers around to influence hierarchy and determine which elements should sit on top of another to create depth. We grouped our elements to keep them together, and we further explored their settings. We renamed the group, hid it from view, and locked it to prevent me from accidentally dragging it around. So we did all this, but there's still a major problem with our page.
What?
I said that there's still a major problem with our page.
No, I mean, what's the problem?
Oh, we'll cover that in the next course.
Oh, for